That's the 1 2 1 2. Check it. 1 2 1 1 2 2. 1 2 1 2. All right. We are about to get started. Let's go ahead and knock this young flyer down. What is going on, good people? How y'all feeling? Y'all good? Y'all straight? How's everybody feeling on tonight? Y'all feeling straight? I am so grateful that we get to do this once again. Thank y'all so much for tuning in to the BOP 20 for 21 live sale with for 20 new customers, or 20 customers altogether. You receive one service per week for only $21. It is night 2, and it is on radio hosting. That's the service. So basically, with $21 that you guys are purchasing, you're basically having access to our full Patreon. Patreon.com is where we basically give resources to those who want the resource to be able to create their own, or even just to be a part of the journey with us as we build this thing from the ground up. And man, I am really excited about this because honestly, this gives us an opportunity to really pour back. So we've received a lot over the past few months, past few years, and now we want to be able to do the same thing for you guys. So I wanted to make sure that we fully gave you guys that chance. To answer the question that Kelly Well, because I asked how you guys were doing, I'm well. I am really, really cool right now. Earlier we did a beat. We did. I call it a beat, and then I start laughing because it sounds just so like we did a beat. Ooh. But no, we made some music earlier on Instagram Live, and it was knocking. You feel? Y'all want to hear a song? We did like a little production on there. Hold on. 1 minute. I want to show y'all what we were doing, cause we were getting it in. You feel what I'm saying? Ain't no big surprise. You feel? We was doing our thing. We was having fun. Okay, so I'm gonna give y'all the little bit of the situation that we did. All right, here we go. That's all I can give y'all. That's that's all I can give y'all. You feel me? It was dope. I enjoyed it. And that was within the pre-show, so we quickly made that. And it was really really dope. So yeah, tonight we are basically gonna be talking about a few things as far as like radio hosting, um, and also give you guys that chance to purchase a full access to our Patreon page for only $21. Now I want to show you guys something later on as to why you guys should take advantage of the sale, but let's just dive right into uh, mainly what we're talking about tonight. Tonight we are starting from scratch, right? We're talking about basically what is the goal, like what is the steps, the first steps to take as far as becoming either a radio personality or even just something that someone who is publicly speaking in some sort of form, shape, form, or fashion. Um, so the way we did it was first had to figure out exactly what we were supposed to be. What happened? Look. If Tennille was the one to tell you, she would say, "Man, I had to literally be on my face." Cause there was a situation we were actually beforehand. You guys remember that we were working with Inspiration 98.7 and started the radio station there, and then further developed it and became our own radio station. We were really trying to figure out, like, is radio something we want to do? Like, that's the first thing, is figuring out, okay, before I put money into this, before I put time into this, before I put energy into this, and before I put focus, is this something that I think is necessary or something that I would want to do? And that's something that we did. We really was just like focused on, okay, what is our message? Our message is basically to establish a faithful culture, where to remind people that, hey, during your times of grinding, during your times of you know, getting securing the bag, or even just like pretty much going day by day and throughout the day, just don't forget God. Remember that He is still your foundation, and to be humble enough to accept that fact. And that's our message. And we were trying to figure out, man, what's the best thing to do. Now beforehand, we were like, all right, cool. We just gonna do like events and create music and create. Well, at least that's what I was focused on doing, was creating the events and the music. But Tennille had a whole different avenue where she was like, "Yo, I want us to be more. I want us to be more than like what other people usually do." Um, and that's when we were trying to figure out like ways to uh, literally connect with our audience outside of just events and music. And then the opportunity of hosting came up, and we were like, like, nah, no, nah, nah, we okay. But then we started to figure out, like, yo, that actually could be a great thing for us. It would honestly develop the brand itself into something where we interact with people and it becomes more practical, not just something that we showcase. Um, so yeah, so we got into that, and then after that, it was like, yo, okay, everything started to align. Then we started making connections, um, and with that's actually the time within the past year and a half. That's the time that we met with Kelly Webb, who is our communications director. So we met her, and honestly was able to even build it even more and become more of a brand that is focused on touching communities. So she's also our publicist as well. So with that being said, it was really like, the knowing that resources was coming our way, we knew that God wanted us to do that. Because there's no like there's no way that we would have wanted to do it unless we knew that there was a need for it. So that was something that was really really key into it. Is prayer was number one, because we needed understanding about the next season, and then two, how can we do it practically where it is like ours. Like, you feel what I'm saying? Like, we own this. Like it's not like that sounds actually really conceited, but at the same time, if you think about like ownership, you have to think about as people of color, black people specifically. There's a lot of situations where you figure out like, man, like, yo, we have to break this, like, this generational curse of not having, because the thing with having something is that once you have that, you can do whatever you want with it because you own it, right? It's yours, and it's a great feeling to own something because it gives you power. But wouldn't it be even more powerful for you to be able to cultivate that thing that you own to pass down to someone else who may not have the same situation that you do? So, like, create an opportunity where it will become an even stronger thing and even more of a power, a more worth in it. The longer it lasts, because if it only lasts for one person, then it's like, oh, okay, that's it. But if you pass it down through generations, then the worth of that thing, the investment of that thing, the weight, the clout that that thing has, it grows. I mean, it's the same thing with a human being. When it's born, it's like, oh, he gonna be the next rapper. Oh, okay, that's different. But when that baby grows, you feel what I'm saying? Then and that human starts to put in work where it's like now it's the worth of its actions is like, yo, I'm able to see that this is actually happening. That's the more it matures, the more it grows and the more it gains power and worth, as far as like net worth, or even just like how well do you, like a prized possession almost. You know what I'm saying? So pretty much that's where it was, where we're like, okay, cool, we need something that we need to own, but we need to own it for the glory of God. We can't just own it for ourselves, because our lives are not our own. At least for F2G, for our household, we serve the Lord. We serve the Lord Jesus Christ. So literally, we were like, okay, God, we want this to be for your glory, not for ours. Because if it was for our glory, then it would die with us. But we want it to be for yours. So we wanted to continue on past us. So yeah, prayer was a big thing. Also, we went to the logistics of figuring out how to own, and then also, we had to study. We are studying even now on how to, you know what I'm saying, fully get into a situation where we're trying to obtain a lot of stuff. We've gotten a lot of licenses and everything like that, which was a really a blessing. Because that, man, that in itself was like, whoa, man, huh? But we, yeah, of course, we had to do it right. We had to make sure that we weren't just like, oh, I'm gonna play some, I'm gonna play somebody's music, and then they hit us up later like, yo, you played my music without my permission. No, we don't need that, bro. We trying to start something clean and precise. So we literally started like that. Um, I would encourage you all, whenever you're doing radio hosting, I would say to, or even just public speaking, whatever it is that the platform that you just decide to be on, whether it is on Instagram, Facebook, Twitter, YouTube, or even just building your own platform, study, 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 study. And also pay attention to the numbers. The numbers aren't everything. It's not like you saying like, oh, well, we're successful because we have da 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 amount of followers. But at the same time, it makes you become successful when you're able to see like, oh, this many people wake up at 5 o'clock in the morning. This many people go on break at this. Like, it get there's ways to create your accounts on social media to become uh uh, business accounts. That's something I would say if you are doing this, to create either a creator account on the social on the platform or a business account. And then from there, see the numbers. That way you can focus in on your demographic, which is really, really huge. When you are public speaking at all, or even just going through radio hosting, you don't want to just talk to everybody, because then you become a general voice. But when you become a specific voice for specific people, then you get specific results. So then at that point, it's like, okay, if I am focused on um, um, Latina or Latino like people, right? If I'm focused on them, then I need to figure out exactly what are they like? Um, what are they not just what are they like, but more so like how do they interact with social media? How can I make it where it seems interactive to them, where it's like, yo, they'll actually like what's being put out, and how can it be relative or relevant to that specific people group? So that's where I would even say just doing it like that is something that is really, really, really needed. Um, Kelly Webb said something that is really good, or have a mentor from someone that's done it successfully before you. Yes, because the one thing is doing it where like you are doing it by yourself. I'm gonna be honest, it is a lot harder than somebody who's handing it down to you because they understand what's going on. I personally have, um, mentors that really have taught me a lot as far as like music and even outside of music, how to be a man, how to be like a professional and that type of thing. If I didn't have them, I would still be able to learn all those things. It would just be taking me a lot longer versus someone who already has experience in the game and can put me on. You feel what I'm saying? So I would totally agree with having a mentor. And honestly, for us, we've had people actually teach us along the way. So we know a few people that have been like within radio, and even when we first started and had shows and stuff, they were like, "Hey, this is something I would suggest that you do. You should do this, this, that. Make sure that this is connected. Make sure that you have a stable connection and everything like that. Make sure that you are doing this, having a schedule for this, repost stuff so that way is you feel what I'm saying. That type of thing. A lot of people, even without us asking, literally gave us that type of information, and we were able to get it done like that. So I really really am grateful for those people. Huh? Yes, as the CEO says, yes. So yeah, so that's the main thing I would say is study, study, study. Also, make sure that you are having a consistent amount of research on of what you want to do, whether you want to be on a social media platform or build your own platform. Also, create scheduling, and if you can, of course, have a mentor. Make sure that they are really helping you along the way. Oh, here's the thing about mentors that's really like on topic, off topic. Don't stress them out. Like, don't be like, yo, you got to be attentive to me 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. Cause then that's how you run off your mentor. You feel what I'm saying? Like, if you need help with something, like gather, like don't have a like figure out a way to consolidate your questions. First of all, if some questions are relative to other questions, figure out how to consolidate them. And then also when you talk to your mentor, just be like, all right, cool. Hey, I have like 3 questions for you. And you can listen. They gonna be around if you treat them right. You feel what I'm saying? So just hold the other questions to the next time, and don't just like bombard them. And then you feel what I'm saying? Allow them to live their life, and you know what I'm saying. You live yours, and then when y'all connect, y'all connect. Mighty God. Um. So yeah, it's a lot as far as starting out because you want to do it right. Um. I would say, and I'm speaking from personal experience because I've had this happen to me. Um. Don't rush for every opportunity. Um. Always think about the type of stuff that you're doing. So I think the one thing about social media is when you start putting out content or even just putting out stuff that you really really like as far as like radio hosting or even just public speaking altogether, um, a lot of people be like, ooh, I need them on my stuff. They'll reach out to you and be like, hey, we should work together. If you immediately jump on that thing like, yeah, let's do it, what do we need to do, before you actually analyze the person or analyze the opportunity, like some opportunities are meant to come uh, um, um, to basically prepare you for the future and actually are very very useful. But then also there's some opportunities that are really trying to ride your coattail to get to the top. And it's not saying that. And here's the thing about coattails: coattails don't have to be big to be a coattail. You don't have to be like big name to have a coattail, or even just have like, because the thing is when people see the grace on your life, they're gonna see that like, hey, like they about to go somewhere. Let me hurry up and hop on. That's just what it is. Be careful of those people. You don't want people who are going to be trying to um, jump on what you're doing, not put in no work, but expect to get to the top. That y'all ever heard like the hens that book about the hen cooking the thing the cake, and then the like not me said the cat, not I said the dog or something like that. Yeah, yeah, yeah. So basically, the hen was um. I, I hate that you put this comment up here. That is stupid. All right. But yeah. So she's still sharing and stuff. Like, yes, 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 yes. Always be a willing student. Please be teachable. Please. Um, I think the crazy thing is like even talking about like the relationship that oh wait, let me finish what I was saying first. I'm sorry. I do get sidetracked a lot. Um but yeah, make sure that you are um basically there was a story about a hen. They were making, I think either cake or spaghetti or something like that. And it was spaghetti. And it was spaghetti. And then the spaghetti was so good, they wanted to create some, right? You know what I'm saying? So they got them ingredients, you feel what I'm saying? They had to get a bunch of stuff. They needed to get a bunch of stuff. And then their friends was like, "Ooh, let's eat some of the spaghetti." But then she was like, "I still need to make it. So who gonna help me like go to the grocery store and get the stuff?" And then, huh? Not right, right. And then one of them was like, "Not me," said the dog. "Not me," said the cat. And then she said, "All right, cool. I'm gonna go get it myself." She went to go get it herself, and then she came back, was about to start preparing it, and then uh, and then you know what I'm saying, she had to break the spaghetti noodles and everything like that. Had to get the sauces right. So then the chicken was like, "Hey," the hen was like, "Hey, like." Who can y'all know I'm butchering this song this little story, man. Man, bro. All right. So then afterwards, after I think I got to the point before I even said the story. Yeah, nobody wanted to help. Nobody. Whoa, 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 whoa. Hold up. I make spaghetti. I made spaghetti maybe 2 weeks ago. I think so. I don't think I did that. That was all you, wasn't it? Sorry. Okay. See, that's what I'm talking about. Never ride somebody's coattail, and if you catch yourself doing it, hop off immediately. I mean, listen, cause you don't want to do that to nobody, and then they look at you differently. Now you don't want to do that. All right, so yeah, so yeah, yeah. This is listen. None of this is right. Not none of this. Uh, cool. So yeah, even just talking about like the relationship between the F2G and Kelly Webb before she joined F2G, it was like really her explaining to us a lot of the stuff that we were missing. She also made it where it was like, yo, you guys are doing a great job. You guys have the heart for it, but there's something that you're missing, and I want to make sure that you guys have what you need. And she really, huh? Yeah, for sure. And it was between her and then even beforehand, it was no, it was after that. It was Eric David, right? So Eric David Townsend, shout out to him. We are praying for you, brother, during this time. Um, but yeah, so he basically like also put us on game too. Fun fact: Eric David Townsend. I'm pretty sure everybody knows this though. Eric David Townsend used to actually do radio, right? A few years ago. So he was like, "Yo, hey." So heads up, and we had just got done doing, I think, Amongst Kings. So after that, he was like, "Yo, hey, here's some stuff that you guys need. Do this, do this, do this, do that. And if y'all need my help, let me know." That was really cool because honestly, we didn't ask for his help. I'm not saying that we didn't need his help because listen, all the information he gave us, we followed it to the T, and we do that now so that we can be able to get everything done. But bruh, that man put us on game, like actual game. So you always want to make sure that when you are learning anything, let's take it back. If you are saying, "Man, I wish I could," find somebody that is doing what I'm doing. Don't be afraid to ask for help. Like, if you need help with something, and it's really like a chance for you to to gain the help, reach out to that person. It is up to them to decline or to accept. But either way it go, you know you did your best. All you did was literally tell them like, hey, I needed help, and it was up to them to, like I said, decline or accept. If they decline, be like, okay, thank you so much for your time. Hopefully we can still stay connected somehow. You feel what I'm saying? And then allow them to see, hey, like even though you didn't give me what I want, or at least you didn't like give me the access that I wanted, I'm still grateful that you took time to actually have a conversation. Cause then later down the line, they could be like, hey, I have like either free time or I have a resource or a connection. That's how I did most of my stuff. Is really like trying to figure out how to submit and to be okay when somebody tell you no. But them ones that be trying to just oh I can like watch out for the ones that try to mentor you when they see like, oh man, like he really up to something or they really up to something. So let me try to offer help to make it seem like I'm here to offer help, but I'm really here to like drain them.
I will blast you.
You she will indeed.
With a
But
smile and
listen,
everything.
all in all, basically, be careful, you guys. Make sure that you are being careful within starting, because when people see you start and when you start well, you start great. Now, more of that is once you start, people will want to start with you. And that's okay to have people that start with you, but you got to have the right people to start with you
Yes.
and be
Know
okay.
those who labor among.
Look, knows Jesus. Know those who labor among you. So make sure that you are, what I'm saying, receiving that type of teaching where you are literally learning everybody that is on your team or those who want to be on your team. You feel what I'm saying? It took us a long time, bro. Like we started this thing, uh, man. I want to say 2015, but I would be lying, right?
What for the radio?
Um, as far as like F2G as a whole,
No, we started 2014.
2014.
Yes.
But when did we start doing stuff?
2016.
2016. So we went from 2016 to 2021.
We started planning 2014. We were doing stuff, which was planning, getting everything together, make sure we had a name, figuring out what we was gonna sell. We started doing T-shirts from 2016. 2016 is when we actually launched out and started doing more event things and actually using our name and saying
Right.
we're faithful to God. And then we went from 2016 into 2017. We did the first listening experience, which was amazing. Where to be where it was, and then on the north side of Chicago, and bringing Christian music out there outside. We had a very nice event out there, I think, and then we left
Wait,
from
we had
there.
an event on. Oh, wait, what event did we
In
have?
Sound Studios.
Ah, I remember that we did have that
It
for.
was really nice. It was a bomb. It bombed, but it was
You talking
nice
about it bombed?
as far
Look,
as attendance.
yeah. As far as
But we
like
put on a real show.
having actual people on the thing was wild. Like
We had
it.
people buy tickets and not come.
Yeah, like they was like, oh, I want to support, and how you buy a ticket and then you don't slide through.
Right.
Like I'm not saying don't do that, cause sometimes it's kind of like,
It
yo, I
says a
know.
donation.
You feel what I'm saying? Like, oh, I want to make sure that I'm donating versus I'm gonna be there. Cause whole time it was like, ooh. But then, ooh, here's the thing too, and I learned this over the weekend, from Apostle Daryl is there's a lot of situations where you're gonna get disappointed really, really
Mm-hmm.
fast.
But don't say it.
But don't stay there. Get used to the fact that when you do stuff, um, that if some of your friends say, oh, I could do it or I'm gonna do it, and they don't like slide through, don't be upset with your friends, because even though they said that they was gonna do it, to be honest with you, that's just words. That's not really like action. So you can't really hold them to it unless you feel what I'm saying, you feel like you know them enough to be like, oh, okay, well you promised or something like that. But don't be upset about it, because then you start carrying that into the next event and then feel like, oh well, this one gonna be horrible too because nobody came to the first one. So then you decide to put in half the effort. Don't do that. So yeah, that's just what it is. There's a lot of stuff that go into this thing that you have to prepare your heart for. There's a lot of situations where you have to prepare your mind for. And honestly,
I got a tip from Tennille.
huh?
I got a
You
tip
want to
from
come
Tennille.
slide over here and
No,
talk?
I just got a tip from Tennille real quick.
Ooh, Lord
Um,
Jesus, mighty
my
God.
And
Okay.
so my tip from Tennille is, like you said, there's gonna be times when you are um, feeling like things are hard and stuff. One of the things is you don't want to stay there, but you also want to stay focused on making sure that when you feel like it's over or you feel like you can't do it anymore, keep pushing.
Right.
Take a breath, step back.
Yeah.
Step back, reevaluate, look at the vision. Now, if you didn't write this down in the beginning and you had no plans whatsoever, the word tells you write the vision, make it plain. So if
Exactly.
you've never done a business plan, stop and do that because we didn't do it in the beginning. We talked about a lot. We didn't
We
write
talked
it
about
down,
a lot. Yeah, you're
but
right.
we had an assignment through our church, and so we ended up doing it for the assignment through the church, and it made it so much clearer for us to be able to follow through with what we wanted and to actually envision what we needed, and so much more opened up while we did the business plan to figure out what we need to do next. In the
Yeah.
process of that, when we started getting weary, we took a moment to step back and look at that plan again and notice it was us. There were some things we skipped in the process. We had
Yep.
to go back and do those things. We had to go back and see those people. We had to go back and reset. We had to look at our finances again. Can we still do that? Well, how can we do it a different way? There was a lot of things we had to do, and we did do it according to what we needed to. And I think that every once in a while, you have to take those moments just to step back and say, wait a minute, am I still interested in doing this? Is this still what's on the agenda? Is
Yeah.
this still looking good for us? How is this helping my family or whatever your goal was? Our goal was making sure we were never homeless again. That's what we started off with. And
Mhm.
at this moment, I think for me, I'm not sure about kid, but for me, mine is I will never be homeless again, but I also will not stop until I'm able to fund the kingdom and also be able to put people in positions that's going to
Mhm.
make their families never be homeless again.
Yeesh. So basically, reciprocating what happened with you. So my question is like, with radio hosting and public speaking, how do you think that helps you with like with where you're trying to go? Because your goal is basically so to secure my family, now to give security to other families.
Yes.
So how do you think radio and public speaking helps with that?
One of the things that it does for me is that well, I've always had a big mouth. I could talk with no problem. I was
Did
quick
y'all hear
with words.
that? Y'all
I'm
heard
quick
that
with
first. I
words.
ain't say
Like
nothing.
people say stuff to me, I'm quick with the comeback. So I'm
Listen.
surely good at speaking, but I had a fear of speaking in front of people.
Right.
And so because of my upbringing and always being told to shut up growing up, you kind of get this fear that what you say doesn't matter.
Right.
And so with us doing this now, I've built up a confidence in myself through God and just through being able to get on there and do it. That it's like, listen, I have something to say, and whether Jim, Joe, and Bob don't like it, Annie, Sue, and Ella
Not
will.
Jim Jones Bob.
So
Yeah.
it's like I'm gonna get on there, Jawaka Tima and all of them. We all gonna get on there. We gonna hang out, live and talk about some things and discuss some things. And in the process, I'm using my platform, the platform that belongs to me. I'm not on somebody else's platform. I don't have to work off of their rules. I can do it our way. We keep it 100, keep it real. I'm real honest about living out loud. So me being able to talk about what's going on in my life openly
Right.
and on my own platform so that I'm not being shut down. We're not being stifled. We're not being told we can't. So while we're pressing toward the mark, we're teaching other people how to love themselves
Right.
the way we had to love. And so this part of public speaking for me, it gives me more of an empowerment for myself to be able to say, I have a voice, I have a platform. You can't stop me. Try it if you want.
Mm.
What you gonna do? Shut me down? You can't
You can't shut me down because you don't own me.
You don't own me.
Right. That's
so
wild.
The only thing you can do is try to fix it where I don't have this particular streaming. Okay, well we won't stream there then. We'll go to somewhere else streaming. All you're gonna do is make me mad, and I'm gonna figure out how to own my own streaming. That's all that's gonna happen.
Yo, that's mad facts. Like that's literally yes, ma'am. Literally big facts. Listen, I literally feel like honestly with everything that comes with radio hosting, it gives you excitement. Like I can talk about stuff that I want to talk about. You got everything that we're like. Let's take F2G Radio Network for example, right? We got 3 shows so far, and then we're gonna be added some things later on in life. Uh, but we're gonna save that for a later date. We got F2G radio show right on Fridays. So we got F2G Fridays. You basically have that where we talking about everything that happens within the church and also how it affects outside of the church as well. How people can be able to like cultivate their gifts and to move forward in a spirit of faith and to be able to build that up so that they can keep moving forward. Um, then you got Rivers of Montiac, which is basically a an hour long uh, um, intercession time, worship, um, declarations. Is really like a time of going before the Father in prayer and being able to move forward in confidence that one, uh, anything that you pray, He hears, and then two, if you pray anything that's of His will, He'll give it to you. So that's where Rivers of Masia comes forward from. And then also with the third show, A Life in Focus with Apostle Daryl O'Neill, basically talks about how to practically put your life in focus, how to practically figure out ways to move in a goal minded journey of wherever you're going, but to keep your focus on one the Lord and also keep your focus on whatever you're doing so that it can get completed. So yeah, that's really the biggest thing is like radio itself. You can talk about subjects that mean a lot to you. For me, the Christian hip hop community means a lot to me. Like it means a lot. That's honestly, and the reason why is because that's the area that I found faith. So with what I'm doing, me speaking about things that matter to me is going to expose either people who are not used to whatever I'm talking about. It'll talk to them about like situations in that area, or it would really just give a shout out. You feel what I'm saying um, to the topic itself. So with me, with it being Christian hip hop, it's really like, man, thank y'all so much for everything that you did. I want to keep it going, put my 2 cents in, keep the movement going. You get what I'm saying? You do that, and then you focus on something that's really passionate to you. You develop some sort of repetition where it's like it don't feel like it's dragging out. It doesn't feel like it's something that is like a burden for you, but you really like putting in the work because you really want to see it succeed. So that's something that is really key, is also finding something that means a lot to you, and be okay with whatever it is. It may not be like somebody else, it may not be the popular thing, but trust me, somebody else said this too, is that with fashion, uh like people find certain things and then decide like, yo, this is the one thing that makes it different. Um, this is the one thing I like that nobody else really likes, and then they move forward from there. Like literally, Champion was not really a big brand. Champion itself was not a huge brand. Champion was not really something that people want to wear. It was actually frowned upon, or even just like if you was wearing Champion, then you would feel what I'm saying get picked on. But now it's like, yo, you wearing Champion? Oh, okay, I see you. You feel what I'm saying? You don't have to find everything that's popular and rock with it. You know what I'm saying? You can make your own lane. You feel what I'm saying? And be confident in that lane. Um, but yeah, all this to say that with receiving help like this, it moves you into a better situation and a more uh, um, successful area with receiving help. And the one way that Brando Productions and L2G Network is helping y'all and giving y'all the help that y'all need if you decide to go into public speaking or anything like that. We are basically doing a sale right now, 20 for 21, where for 20 customers you receive full access to our Patreon page. When I say full access, I'm actually gonna pull that up for y'all. Full access for only $21, which is usually a $90 price. So the crazy thing about that is there's a lot of situations where you be able to not only receive resources but also gain an opportunity to watch a lot of the content that put on there as well, like um, like live shows or live interviews, or if there's like a sale on F2G apparel, we usually do that. You guys have access to that, and you get that from the jump. And then also, uh, with the first person um, to purchase the $21 full access, you will receive a free F2G apparel shirt and also a candle from Comfort Candles under Comfort Collection. So in order to get that sale, you feel what I'm saying, make sure that you are typing hashtag BOP20 for 21 to receive the link for the 21 sale. Once you send that, we'll be in contact with you, and y'all will be able to rock it out from there. I'm gonna go ahead and show y'all what I'm talking about right on this Patreon page over here. Give me 1 minute. I'm gonna share it. Share the screen. All right, cool, great. So here is the Patreon page for F2G, right? You got F2G, Faithful to God Network. We create media, music, apparel, and a variety of events within the Patreon page. Under here, you have a bunch of tiers where basically per tier you be able to move up or down depending on what you want to have access to. So for the mustard seed tier, you receive an advanced announcement for upcoming events and exclusive interviews. So sometimes you feel what I'm saying, like people get the okay where they're like, okay, well, you know what I'm saying, like I'm good with knowing what y'all about to do next. I'm really decent with that. We appreciate that. You feel what I'm saying? You get the $8. Patreon knows everything before anybody else do. So before we put it on social media, y'all know first whenever you on Patreon. That way you can be able to honestly be prepared for any events that we're doing. That way you can purchase your tickets first and have first come first serve situation. You know what I'm saying? Um, then you move on to the faithful tier. Faithful tier is basically actually having access to the exclusive Patreon interviews. So there's a difference between the first and the second, where you basically get an announcement of exclusive interviews versus having access to the exclusive interviews, right? So you got that for $15. Then we move up to the 30, where you get 15% off a discount on F2G apparel and the pre-release digital access to select F2G entertainment productions, i.e. music, i.e. documentaries, i.e. Visuals and everything like that. And then we move up to the Mountain Mover tier, where you get a buy one get one general admission ticket to live or virtual events. So you buy one ticket to the virtual or live event, and then you get another one for free. And then you get 25% off of F2G apparel. Then the top one, which is our Quiet Storm tier, which is the $90. Hear me what I'm saying? The $90 price range. This is like our top tier here. You get 35% off of F2G apparel. You get a live event VIP early access pass to one of our events. You get a patron shout out on F2G Entertainment Story. Now here's the thing, with the F2G Entertainment Story, we often, all the executives often end up sharing it from our story anyway. So with that being said, a lot of times with what you'll be seeing is, if we give you a shout out on F2G Entertainment, we gonna share it from F2G Entertainment to our personal pages so that people be able to recognize who you are and whatever you're doing. And then you get one general admission ticket to live or virtual shows. So you don't even have to purchase a ticket in order to get another one free. You just get one free. You get what I'm saying? No money wasted. But that one right now is going to be knocked down to $21. Hear what I'm saying? That is a full access. That's full access to our Patreon page. And if you guys want to be a part of that, make sure that you are typing BOP20 for 21 inside of the comments to be able to receive the link to that sale. And then from there, we can move forward with making sure that you are locked in for the first month full access. So you get that first month full access. So yeah, that's pretty much what it is for the sale. And there you honestly get to see different stuff that we've done, which is you get to see like the Jamie Grace interview we did. You get to see the D Wilson interview we did, the Michael Witherspoon interview. You said what?
Ask for them interviews.
Listen, the interviews are bomb. Just want to let you know they are very much bomb, and they really rock, and are very awesome and amazeballs. Um, yes, cause you feel what I'm saying? You he said what? Can't what? Carry forward. Listen, I just want to make sure that y'all understood, cause it's a lot of stuff on there. Um, but yeah, so right now it is, what time is it right now? Right now it is 52. We got about 8 minutes left. Uh, if you guys have any questions, I am here to answer those questions as far as like radio hosting. You guys can ask experience, um, like my own personal experience. Tanil is in the room, so she'll be able to hear what you're saying too. So if you guys have a question for her, she could probably answer it if she's up to it. Um, if you like them or not, is that what you said? If you feel like it. And then also, any general questions. So if you have any questions on just our experience together as far as F2G radio, that will be able to be answered as well. So I want to make sure that that is. But no, because we give you straight up answers. We give you straight up. That's the thing. We don't give you halfway answers. We give you straight up answers. There's no like halfway with what we do. So if you, there are creative differences. Listen. So yeah, this is now the time for you guys to ask any questions that you like. I want to make sure that that is afforded to you guys. And while that is happening, I'm gonna go ahead and bring up the music on tonight. Give me one moment. Alrighty. But yeah, so y'all can go ahead and ask away. During that time, we're going to go ahead and give you guys the chance to hear me sing. No, no, but oh Jesus, oh, it's okay. I got you. I got you. Hold on. Alright, I was trying to if she was jamming too much over here, and I was sitting over here like, bro, what is going on? But do not forget to make sure that you guys are putting the hashtag BOP2021 if you guys would like to have access to our full picture page. It is really imperative because honestly, within certain announcements that we're going to be making, like, let's say for example, if we decided to give an opportunity to maybe hire someone for activity, later down the line, y'all will be the first to know on Facebook. If we decided, hey, we got a secret location going on post-pandemic, when we like meet up somewhere, y'all will be the first to know. The what? What's the location chaser? Like a Pokemon Go? No. She's talking about how they used to like run all over the city or whatever and get chased by cops. Oh no! Do y'all remember that? So y'all remember for Tanil's birthday, she actually was like, "Ooh, I want to do like a hide and go seek thing," and this lady was running all in CVS or whatnot. I'm sitting up here trying to figure out why we are running around trying to figure out where this lady at, and she over here on live, and I have to meet her. I'll take her down. We can listen, y'all. If y'all can find it on Facebook or anything like that, it's around October 5th, I think. Yeah, of last year. It was really fun. So we might might end up doing something like that with y'all, but y'all will be the first to know. So make sure to put in hashtag BOP2021 inside the comments and receive the link for the 21 sale. We're going to try to grow a community over there. We want to make sure that you guys are a part of that. Listen, we are growing it, and we want you guys to be a part of it. So make sure that you are tuning in on there. All right, it is the 5:57 hour. 5:57 hour. We are actually about to close this on out, so make sure that we are on time for after the show, and we're gonna rock it out from there. I love you guys so much. Thank you guys for tuning in to the BOP 2021 live sale. I am really excited because tomorrow's the last day of the BOP 2021 sale. A live sale as far as like the live stream, and then after that, this sale will be going on until Saturday at 11:59. So make sure that you guys are tuning in then, and I cannot wait to, you feel what I'm saying, lock and load with y'all. All right? I love you guys. I will talk to you. She said, love you guys. All right. We're going to talk to y'all later. Wolfie. My